everybody. Please take your seats. We are about to begin. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today is an auspicious day, and certainly our activities that we will be conducting here today is bright and sunny. We have a very important program, which is the Accelerator program, which we've ran into 6 different countries, and today is the grand for these 6 different countries. Good luck to all the teams. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of these Accelerator programs. This coming, the era is the 4th industrial revolution, the 5th industrial revolution is coming in, and they all require that we work collaboratively. And that is the idea behind the teams also, to form the teams and to work collaboratively. And innovation is the name of the game now. Without innovation and entrepreneurship, nations will not progress further. So it is very, very important that we move towards this new era with open arms and with open minds. I often say that our new mantra now should be job providers, not job seekers. I think that's an important message to take home, that you should form your own businesses which will provide jobs to others rather than you seeking jobs yourself. New era will bring tremendous changes in the way we live, the way we love, the way we act, everything, and I hope you all will be an excellent part of that new era. So before beginning this program, we will recite a few verses from the Holy Quran, and I invite Qari Muhammad Umar to recite a few verses.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإلى مدين أخاهم شعيبا قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره قد جاءتكم بينة من ربكم فأوفوا الكيل والميزان ولا تبخسوا الناس أشياءهم ولا تفسدوا في الأرض بعد إصلاحها ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم مؤمنين ولا تقعدوا بكل صراط توعدون وتصدون عن سبيل الله من آمن به وتبغونها عوجا واذكروا إذ كنتم قليلا فكثركم وانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المفسدين وإن كان طائفة منكم آمنوا بالذي أرسلت به وطائفة لم يؤمنوا فاصبروا حتى يحكم الله بيننا وهو خير الحاكمين صدق الله العظيم.
Introduce His Excellency Dr. Salem Muhammad Al-Malik. He is a Director General, he is a physician by training, and he is diplomat, American Board of Allergy and Clinical Immunology, as well as diplomat in pediatrics. He's also a Canadian Fellowship in Allergy and Clinical Immunology. He has a master's in health policy and management from Harvard University and an administrative fellowship of the American College of Physicians executive. He has been the Director General of ICESCO since May 2019. Before that, he was Advisor Health and Affairs and General Directorate of International Affairs, Ministry of Education, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and also the Secretary General and Saudi National Commission. He's been a consultant, allergy and immunology at King Abdulaziz Medical City. And the most important thing for today, he headed the knowledge-based industries sector at Sagia. Spent his career in public administration and clinical work, and he has extensive experience in building strategic partnerships in the international organization. Excellency, I request you to please deliver your welcome address.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. بالإبداع نرتقي وبالابتكار نعلو ونحقق طموحاتنا. Your Excellency Dr. Mohammed Sukuri, Your Excellency Dr. Mohammed Al-Damar, Your Excellency Dr. Mukhtar, Excellencies, distinguished speakers, innovators and entrepreneurs, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We all need innovation and creative minds to solve the toughest challenges that we face in our life, in our business, in our organization. But how can we define innovation? In my opinion, innovation is a product, a service, or a process once created add value to the way we live and work. Each act of innovation is a unique feat, a leap of the individual or the organization, an imagination that can be either predicted nor predicted without even having the true measures of success. Yet, the global economies, industries, and civilization all rely on how much innovation they bring into their structure and operation. Accordingly, the theme of this year's Global Innovation Index report is the future of innovation-driven growth. ICESCO encourages and works towards building such creativity in the minds of our children and our youth. With our programs and activities, we are embarking upon this innovation-driven growth. We promote everyone in our organization to come up with innovative ideas in the processes and the policies. With such measures, ICESCO is leading a vision to be an innovative organization. This is a goal we have set for ourselves, and we foresee to achieve it by the end of 2023. We believe this is not as simple as it sounds, but we still believe nothing is impossible if you set it out with motivation and will. Today, in this ICESCO Accelerator Grand Final, I'm delighted to be with the young and motivated innovators and entrepreneurs. These are the youth who have the vision to implement their ideas for the economic growth and social impact in their respective countries. Thomas Edison once said, "Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration." I am happy that you all had the inspiration and perspiration to undergo such an extensive accelerator program and to come out as the front runner of the program in your countries. In this final, you are facing an even greater challenge pitching your ideas to seasoned entrepreneurs and competing against other national winners. But even before this competition starts, I am delighted to see everyone accepting this challenge to compete against the best from each of the 6 countries represented here today. I congratulate you for making it all the way to Rabat to participate in this first grand finale of AHub Accelerator, which is a flagship program of ICESCO. We launched this accelerator program in 2021 with a desire to boost and sustain the emergent startups in our member state, and with a goal to ignite 150 plus startups by the end of 2025. We have already implemented the first round of the program in 6 countries: Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Nigeria, and I think one more countries. And we have trained more than 500 entrepreneurs with the development of around 60 creative startup ideas. We have just launched the program in Sudan, Somalia, and Djibouti, and the rest will follow. The good news is that 2 of our teams were selected recently to participate in the World Business Angel Investment Forum pitching competition held last month. The World Business Angel Forum has very kindly agreed to open the door for their Financial Inclusion Center to provide support to the startup in our member state. We believe very strongly that this will soon open tremendous opportunities for our innovators and entrepreneurs. We are also grateful to the Milospace Institute and the Higher Education from Arizona State University, USA, and the Higher Education Commission of Pakistan for their partnership in these activities. All these are exciting partnerships where we will work together to reimagine the sustainable development in our countries. The speed and complexity of the changes happening around the globe and the issue being faced by the world are increasing every day. But the good news that we and others are making immense progress in our ability to engage with these changes. The world today has the largest youth population in history of mankind. Their future and the future of our race is dependent on their education and skill development to enable them to handle the changing world and contribute positively towards the development of innovation and entrepreneurship. ICESCO believes strongly that accelerators have the tendency to provide an impetus in stimulating the startups' activities. This can then translate into the growth of transitional economies. Such accelerators can undertake the role of catalyst to nurture and support businesses and technological ventures. I'm looking forward to embarking on this journey with our young minds who have come up with a vibrant solution to tackle our needs and solve our issues. I also believe that this event will give rise to the valuable future partnership, collaboration, and venture. I look forward for the successful conclusion of this competition. In the end, my congratulations to the teams who will win today, and well done to all the others. And we are proud of all of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Excellency. Certainly you pointed out very relevantly that the future is for the youth, and if the youth really come up with innovative solutions to our problems, we'll have a more sustainable way of living. And the problems are numerous, be it the environmental problem, be it flooding, or be it any problem. We have immense number of problems. As humanity is increasing, we are contributing more and more to the detrimentation of the environment, and that is one thing I think we should all vow to protect. Now we have a very young and dynamic minister amongst us. He is been with us before also, and he speaks, mashallah, very well. So I would like to welcome His Excellency Dr. Yunus Sikori. His Excellency has a PhD in strategy, and in addition, he has 2 MBAs, executive MBAs, one from École de Pont Business School, and the second one from Fox School of Business in Temple University. He is a laureate of the Aspen Institute in Paris. His specialty, which is very relevant today, is innovation in business model, digital transformation, leadership, strategy, and public policy design. These are very, very important topics that he specializes in. He is also, very surprisingly at his young age, he is an expert of the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa in the fields of economic policy, industrial policy, and structural transformation. His Excellency Dr. Yunus Sikori was appointed as the Minister of Economic Inclusion, Small Business, Employment, and Skills in 2021. Excellency, I cordially invite you to address the audience with your viewpoints.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. Excellency, General Director and dear friend, and I have also another friend today to your left, General Director of the Arab Organization of Education and Culture. Dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased, of course, to take part of this grand finale, which is part of the a long process, I guess, where competitors were challenging each other and across the borders around relevant topics to all of us, innovation and entrepreneurship. I definitely believe, of course, as part of this government, that these 2 key topics are, or these 2 topics are key for the development of our countries for many reasons. First of all, innovation can be approached in different ways. One can say that innovation, of course, is when you totally change the landscape with some technological innovation, of course. But as you said, and as so many specialists say, innovation is not about bringing a new technology, a new cutting-edge technology that changes all the rules of the game. This is just to say that innovation is something that can be on the reach of our young people. You can innovate in the business model when you're addressing a market. Namely, you will change the way the company or the organization makes the operations. You can also innovate when you change the positioning of your organization. And of course, you have to do what we call a strategic fit, so that the new positioning would correspond, of course, a new way of operating or doing operations. You can, of course, address different targets, and you will drive your innovation so that you would come up with accessible solutions to these new targets that you have within the business or the operations that you undergo. But what is most relevant for all of us is to make sure that we have a conducive environment for our youth so that they can make the first step, so that they can dare and innovate without having this complex of a big innovation that will change the world. It can change a small piece of the world, which is already good. And of course, innovation needs an environment. Innovation needs stimulation. Innovation needs challenges. So this is why I'm really very, very happy. And I told you this, General Director, dear friend, when we first met at my office and you first talked about this important program. I was very surprised, of course, positively, with this new trend that the ICESCO is taking and broadening its perspective from a very traditional way of doing things to this very open and exposed initiatives that we have, where you try to bridge divergent topics, science, technology, now you have entrepreneurship and innovation for youth. I can tell that this was not really part of the DNA of the organization a couple of months or years ago. So it's an opportunity for me to congratulate you and your leadership for bringing these topics into the table and bringing all these people from different perspectives and horizons to talk and build together on this new topic. As a government, as one of the responsibles of the policies that have to promote youth in terms of employment, entrepreneurship, be it for very small businesses or for startups, I have to say that it's important for us to be part of these initiatives in order, first of all, to witness the power of youth to come up with new solutions to society or economic or business programs, business topics. And it's important for us to build on this important dynamics in order to build comprehensive global programs for our youth. I can just tell that we have something like 1.4 needs in Morocco. But we have also a huge potential of capacity amongst these youth. Some of them are well educated, very well educated, a lot. According to a survey that was published last week by one of the leading newspapers in the country, a good proportion of youth want to build their own or to start their own business. And our responsibility today is to provide the conducive environment for all the targets, for all these populations, so that they can really master their future. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that we are in an important event. I will get back in the afternoon so that I can be part of the ceremony of the delivering the awards, just to witness and testify that it's something that really interests us, and it's of course also a proof of friendship and positive partnership between our two institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention.
Excellency, thank you very much for your encouraging words. We would need you in a little bit again, and in the evening also, like you mentioned. Now we are going to start a panel discussion, and I have here with me the chair of the panel discussion, Beibaz Altuntas. He's the former senior advisor of the London Stock Exchange Group for the Elite program, and currently he's the executive chairman of the World Business Angel Investment Forum, an affiliated partner of the G20 Global Partnership for Financial Inclusion, and which is chaired by the Queen Maxima of the Netherlands. His laurels are numerous. If I go through them, I think I'll eat up all his time for the panel discussion. But suffice to say, he has written a number of books on entrepreneurship, and all excellent books which have been very well received. He also has his own television show, and he has been profiled. Now, this can indicate to you the importance of Beibaz. He has been profiled by leading international media such as CNN International and Bloomberg and BBC. So without further ado, Beibaz, please take the seat for chairing this important panel discussion. And let me also call the panel members. First of all, His Excellency Dr. Salim Al-Malik, who is our Director General. Excellency, if you will please take the seat. And secondly, our dynamic young minister, Dr. Yunus Sakuri, if you can please come on the stage also. We are also very pleased to have the Director General of ICESCO, Dr. Muhammad Ould Amar, if Excellency, if you will also please join us.
So I hope participants of today will find a rewarding experience by listening to our notes here. And I want to start the panel by referring to the Hussein Barack Obama's New Beginning speech in Cairo in 2009. He announced that the first century is the century of entrepreneurs, and he announced he would host an entrepreneurial summit in Washington, D.C. In 2010, he hosted under the name of Presidential Summit on Entrepreneurship. Then the second one was by Turkey in Istanbul, then United Arab Emirates in Dubai, then Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and the fifth one was hosted by Marrakesh. The government, I think, the trade ministry signed and agreed with Babson Global to establish an enterprise village in Morocco as a hub of the global and regional entrepreneurs. While I was a senior advisor at London Stock Exchange, I remember that the second country in the world signed an agreement with the London Stock Exchange Group for cooperation was the Morocco Exchange to present the elite programs. For the last 2 days is making an important event at the Sofitel. ICESCO is also headquartered is in Morocco. Mr. Minister, please share your message to all member states as well as for policy making, from policy making point of view. Global collaboration is empowering the business environment for entrepreneurs, and what is the output of these global collaborations for the economies, local economies?
Thank you for the question. I think that from a framing perspective, a government needs, of course, to provide, as I said in my speech, a conducive environment to entrepreneurs. So the Entrepreneurship Act is no more perceived as a strange, difficult, indefinitely problematic personal act, because we can't forget that by the story, entrepreneurship is very, very, very important as a decision. A government so needs to make sure there is a conducive environment, and of course, one should be clear about that. There can be no conducive environment for entrepreneurs if there is no global collaboration, because by the end of the story, let's divide cake into two pieces. So you have the piece of corporations. Also have the piece of the small businesses. And this corresponds more to the entrepreneurship decision than the big companies where they are established in the business markets. The very small enterprises and the small enterprises need, of course, access to bids, to demand. And for this to happen, the economy has to be good and in good shape. And for the economy to be in good shape, rules need to be respected. So what I believe should be the policy, and this is what we work on. For instance, in Morocco, the first step by which we started was not small enterprises, the investment decision. So we worked on an important bail, important law on investment, where we have important new decisions in terms of how do we impulse investment with regards to the territorial organization, with regards to the industries and sectors that are priority to the country, with regards to so many criteria. And at some point, we have a bunch of measures for the very small enterprises. Global cooperation, in my perspective, should help small businesses to support themselves, to access to market, like what happened in the 19th century, where for the first time, thanks to the railways, companies in distant cities could export the goods and business and services to different countries or different continents. Today, digital tool is crucial. So in perspective, global corporate has to protect the very small so that they compete, so that they can craft a competitive advantage worldwide. Global cooperation should make sure that there is a fair access to technology, because technology will strengthen businesses and make the businesses sustainable in terms of global competition. And global cooperation and mutual global understanding will make sure that small and very small enterprises would be able to understand global cultures or distant cultures, so that they can design their products and services and serve these distant markets. And last idea, there are so many things to say, is about access to funding. Access to funding is to be facilitated through global collaboration. Otherwise, the limited access to funding in local and domestic markets, of course, jeopardizes the chances of so many entrepreneurs, so many tests for what they can do. There is maybe one very, very last thing, which is political, is the freedom for people to move across borders. Because a small and very small entrepreneur is not necessarily someone who has a regular wage, a regular salary. When he will apply to a visa, he can be refused, because he's not under the traditional scheme of those who can prove they have regular revenues. And of course, this will not make so many talents access to new markets, discover themselves, have these immersive experiences in different markets, understand the cultures. I remember I was in a distant country, I will not name it, where I met two company founders, small businesses. They were working on cosmetics. One was very successful, cosmetics for women. One was very successful, and the other one was just lost everything. And when I asked the question, I was very surprised and literally had a big smile when I understood the reason. One of the entrepreneurs developed the products, basically shampoo and a couple of other products, that the women in that distant country wanted their hair not to be curly. Whereas the distant country, which is based in Asia, other women wanted their hair to be curly. So I just inverted the formula, and sure, then when you wash your head, your chance to have a curly hair are higher. And he did a very, it was a very successful business. City of 80 million inhabitants. You can imagine the country. Thank you.
Mr. Minister, very much. I think freedom of borders is highly compatible with the film Casablanca. Morocco was also the border of freedom at that time. Mr. Minister, you also highlighted the importance of technical entrepreneurs for a sustainable economy. Entrepreneurs of today, after Mr. started traveling around the world, they also need some finance to complete their digital transformation. Digital transformation, business transformation concerns of big companies, but now it is a concern for even the small companies. Your government has any support for digital transformation issue? Because G20 leaders highlighted the important support for small businesses in their relation in Indonesia this year. I think 52 member states may take into consideration how they can also financially support the transformation of businesses to create a more sustainable economy. By the way, for highlighting this important detail. Mr. DG, the year before, 300,000 business angels invested €9 in Europe to startups, small businesses. It was $26 billion in the United States with 340,000 business angels. Angel investment is a bundle of know-how, mentorship, networking, and finance. This is what we are summarizing as smart finance. As a matter of fact, the smart finance is highly compatible with Islamic way of making business because there is interest. You are taking your money, you are taking the risk, and also sharing know-how, also mentoring, also sharing your network. Unfortunately, we have a number about how much invested in the countries of the Islamic world. To tell you the truth, angel investment is not something very well understood in Islamic countries. There is a contradiction here. It is the most, the Islamic world, the banking business is highly compatible with investments, but the least investments as angel investors are in the Islamic world. Unfortunately, investors of the Islamic world are preferring in real estate instead of making an investment in dreams of startups of young people. Do you think ICESCO can play a significant role in promoting angel investments for at least your members? Almost all Islamic countries are members, by the way. 54 member What do you think about this? And maybe angel word is something that you may consider while promoting this kind of investment. Maybe you can say halal investment. I don't know. It is your area. So could you please share your thoughts?
Thank you. Hello? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. There isn't really a data in the Islamic world, in our member state. And that's true. If there is something that we're lacking the data and the statistics. Doesn't make a difference where you are in Saudi Arabia, in Egypt, in Morocco. The statistics are not there. But if you look at innovation, I think there's a lot of innovative ideas, a lot of innovation that has not been brought up or that has been nurtured or that has been converted to. You're absolutely right that with regard when it comes to the name, I don't think the name have any major issue, whether it's Angel or whether it's whatever. But what I think is very important is if we look at our schools, if we look at our universities, we need to turn them to be an innovative. We need to build in the mind of our children that they have to create ideas, build their creativity, build their innovation, make them entrepreneurs. I think this is something that, do we teach it? No, we don't, and it's not our syllabuses. But I think we can start building our schools from early stage. The brain development, more than 90% of development takes place in the first 5 years of age. So here you have children 5 and above. You have to start having them create their ideas, support them. Now, when it comes to younger generation, any innovative ideas should be nurtured, should be supported, whether at schools. There are some countries that I know, for example, in Saudi Arabia, there is an institute called the Institute, or the King Abdulaziz Institute for Children. And they select all those entrepreneurs, children, and try to help them, support them for innovation for the entrepreneurs. I know also that this is happening now in Morocco, in Egypt, and many other countries. What ICESCO have done, we look at the way we do business, and we start changing the way we do business, because we believe that if we just have our business in doing the routine things, education, culture, science, we don't think this is appropriate. So this is why we went into the accelerated program, trying to build in our countries, member state, that innovation is the way forward. If you want to look at your future, you really have to be an innovative, not as an individual, not as an organization, but even as a country. Supporting those innovators, those entrepreneurs, is the way to build your economy. And this is what Europe, state have done. And the skills, the jobs of tomorrow requires that you have to be innovative. It is not a job that you end your high school or you end your university and then the job there. The jobs of tomorrow, you have to be creative. You have to create your own job, or you have to be innovative for the job in the future. One I think universities must become innovative. University of the 21st centuries. If they are going to be a university that walk the talk, they have to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Education comes first. Mr. Chairman, you are chairing a big government, 140 million populated country, Pakistan's university council. At the personal base, you studied science and you also studied business. So you know the two sides of the coin, as a matter of fact. So, Mr. Minister, Mr. D, they all highlight the importance of innovation. Innovation and entrepreneurship. But it comes from an invention. And entrepreneurs are the ones who support this world to turn their inventions to innovation. According to you, with your eyeglasses, one of them is a business-oriented person, the other one is a scientist. So, which one is important? Inventor or entrepreneur?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much. Thank you, Excellence. I think enough very good points they have made, Excellency the Minister and of course the General. But as a teacher, as an educationist, when I look at this whole scenario, we have to see it way basically. This is a new, again, this is a new buzzword, I say, a recent word in this market especially. This innovation and entrepreneurship. And now I think a serious effort needs to be done. We have to look at the whole issue as in a holistic way. Institutions like universities, education institutions, of course those organizations like ICESCO and other organizations like you are representing, and of course the government, the policymaker. We all need to send the dynamic of these things. At the moment we are not focusing on entrepreneurial innovation, but there are major stakeholder investors. There is major stakeholder industry also. We need to bring them at one place and try to understand the dynamic and then move in that direction where it should be a win position. Now, asking which one is important, I think that will be a difficult thing to answer because they complement each other. We cannot isolate things. My point is that this is the time we have to break our walls as far as the institutions are concerned. If I'm heading a university, then I have to open my university. Like Excellency Minister was mentioning that the DNA of ICESCO is now it is more openness. So like ICESCO, UNESCO, ICESCO and other organizations, they need to open up now. They need to break their walls. Countries also break their walls. And of course, the whole world is global village, so we need to improve the activity. We need to utilize the technology because it is not the only technical basis which are going to give us an opportunity. There are other tools. And days to come, there will be new technologies which are going to create more pressure. And here, policymaker institutions, they need to proactively provide a good opportunity and a kind of ecosystem where people should benefit of it. Islamic world also, which if we are talking about Islamic world, we have more than 840 million people. I always say this is a gold mine. We have to do something, we have to provide them the ecosystem, they should come up with their idea and convert those ideas into realities. Where industries and investors, the policymaker, government, and education institution need to facilitate and hold opportunity of hand-holding so that they should start converting the idea into realities. That is opening up a new era where things are going to be different. And I always say that if the Bill Gates is smart enough, he should come up with one word, one university. Whole bricks and mortar universities are going to be closed because things are different. Are we this kind of size enough as a nation, as an institutions, as a country, as those countries? We are kind of proactively providing those opportunities to our youth so that they should benefit. That will be the question to answer in days to come. And I think this is the time such type of platform provided to all stakeholders, not only to inventor, not only to entrepreneur, but the investor also need to be brought in. Industry also need to be brought in. And let's see what is the future direction where we are heading, and how we can facilitate one of them that they are with different things for the society and humanity. One more important thing, the policy maker, because Honorable Minister is also sitting here, we need to also make sure that the right of the investor, of the entrepreneur, the right of the user is also put in a way that when you are on this thing. So I think we should be very much concerned. This is not going to be a jungle law. Of course, it has to survive, but at the same time, we need to have some dynamics. We need to address some where we should protect the right of each individual, which are mind people, the institution which are facilitating them, the investor who is putting source, industry who is taking challenge and they take risk, and of course the user, so that simultaneously we should create a better world to live in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, dear Chairman. The strategy of Arab League for Educational and Cultural as an organization. We all talk about the importance of education until now to the sustainable economy and to empower the local economies through entrepreneurship. But we have highlighted the importance of education for investors. We are all aiming to give a good education for entrepreneurs. What about the education of investors in Arab countries? Do you think if Arab countries focus on quality education for investors, it will contribute to the development of economies?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أنا سعيد بهذا اللقاء اليوم في هذه الجلسة العلمية بامتياز. ميزتها أن معلومات الصادمة من 10 سنوات سأضطر إلى إعادة تحيينها في هذه الجلسة العلمية بامتياز، من سنوات في الاستشارات إلى العمل التوعوي المحض وتنسيق العمل العربي المشترك. من جلسة لأحيين معلوماتي في الاقتصاد. حقيقة الموضوع هام جدا. درسنا طلبتنا في الجامعات من عدة سنوات على شعار كبير جدا، هو أننا ندرس وعلينا أن نتأقلم مع السوق. هذا ما درسناه لطلبتنا في الثمانينات والتسعينات والألفين و2010. الآن مفهوم تغير جدا. علينا أن ندرس لطلبتنا مفهوم شعارا جديدا، وهو علينا أن نكون خالي الفرص في السوق. والعلاقة بين الاستجابة للسوق وخلق الفرصة هو التحول اليوم في السوق والمتابعة. وهذا يؤدي إلى السؤال، المنظومات التربوية في دول اليوم عليها من الداخل لتكون منظومات تربوية عندها قدرة اكتشاف على الإدارة وعلى التوجيه في المبدع، وعلى اكتشاف رائد الأعمال، وعلى توجيهه وعلى إدارته في المستقبل. وهذه تحدي كبير جدا، لأن نحن نعرف بشر عادي أن الحيوانات اللي عندها مجسات قليلة تعيش في بيئات غير المتغيرة بسرعة، وكل ما كانت حيوانات بيئات مجساتها كثيرة جدا استطاعت أن تعيش في البيئات المتغيرة جدا. بيئات ريادة الأعمال اليوم تتطلب عدد كثير جدا من المستشعرات الخارجية، التحولات الكبيرة اليوم على المستوى العالمي، والانكماش والتحولات السياسية اللي أثرها مباشر على الاقتصاد. رائد الأعمال درسناه السنوات الماضية أنه يجيب على مجموعة من الأسئلة كانت محدودة 5 فقط: لماذا أنتج؟ كيف أنتج؟ لما أنتج؟ أين أنتج؟ وهذه الأسئلة كانت الإجابة على سهلة في مرحلة معينة، لكن اليوم دخلت عليها متغيرات جديدة، وهذه المتغيرات تتطلب المعلومات التربوية في العالم وفي دولنا العربية أن تراجع المناهج التربوية. للأسف في جامعات في دولنا العربية خرجت كطلبة، والآن درسنا فيها في نفس التخصصات، والتخصصات لم تتغير. دليل المنظومات التربوية في دول العالم الثالث يجب أنها تراجع، لأن مراجعة المنظومات لا يعني فقط المراجعة، هناك أيضا كان مهمل في دولنا العربية يعطاه الأقل مما يستحق، وهو البحث العلمي والاهتمام بالبحث العلمي بين مراكز البحث في دولنا العربية. الاهتمام بالبحث العلمي لا ينال المكانة التي يستحق في دولنا في العالم، وبالذات في دولنا العربية. التنسيق بين مراكز البحث العلمي أيضا ضعيف للأسف في هذه المرحلة. منظمة للتربية والثقافة والعلوم عندنا تجارب رائدة في المجال ذكرها بإذن الله، لكن نركز في هذه المرحلة على إعطاء العلم الدور الذي يستحق. نركز هذه المرحلة في مراجعة المناهج التربوية في دولنا العربية، نركز في هذه المرحلة على التنسيق ما بين دول العربية في المناهج التربوية، نركز في هذه المرحلة على على كيف تكتشف مناهج التربية المبدع، وكيف تكتشف مناهج التربوية رائد الأعمال، كيف يحتضن المستثمر رائد الأعمال. عمليات احتضان الرائد الأعمال عملية كبيرة جدا، هي مفهوم. الآن نود احنا كمنظمات كمجتمعات بهذا المجال أن نجمع عنصر بين الرائد أو المبدع أو المبتكر وبين رجل الأعمال يستثمر في المبتكر أو ما مبتكر من أجل رجال الأعمال المستثمرين في دولنا العربية يحجمون عن الخاطر كثير من الأنشطة، لذلك يركزون على ما يسمى بالأنشطة التقليدية. ضامن الربح مقبول، لكن عنصر المخاطرة ضعيف، لكن مع الزمن يتحقق. لكن عنصر المخاطرة يعطيه حقيقة ربح كبير إذا نجح. أشار مع الوزير إلى التجربة اللي قال ننتج الشركة التي أنتجت وتنتج في مرحلة معينة. في هذه المهمة اللي أشار أيضا هي نقص كبير جدا اليوم في مراكز البحث العلمي، يسمى الرؤية الاستشرافية أو دراسات السوق. ريادة تواجه اليوم ريادة أعمال في الدول العربية، ريادة الأعمال الناشئة يضعف قدراتهم على استشراف السوق، ضعف قدراتهم على معرفة ما في السوق. هذه معرفة تتطلب أموال كبيرة، لأن رائد الأعمال في دولنا ممكن يكون مشكل 10 أشخاص منطلق ب$100,000 أقل شيء إلى مليارات. $100,000 لا تمكنه من أن يكون دارسا للسوق بدرجة. إذا هنا تأتي العلاقة ما بين الدولة ورائد الأعمال، تكون الدولة هي أيضا الحاضن، وأن تكون توفر الملائمة. توفير البيئة الملائمة من حيث القوانين، من حيث الإدارة، التسهيلات الضريبية، وبالتالي يكون رائد الأعمال الجديد أعطي السوق كاملة للسوق، وبالتالي أن ينتج. وبالذات لما يكون إما سواء كان إنتاجنا للأسواق المحلية أو الأسواق الخارجية. هناك أيضا مشكل كبير جدا في ريادة الأعمال، أن بما أن القرار في ريادات الأعمال قرارات فردية، القرار الفردي يتحكم في إدارته بالدرجات كبيرة. لذا الدولة اليوم في مرحلة والتنسيق بالقرارات الفردية حتى لا تقع منافسة أو تكون المنافسة قادرة على أن تقتل ريادة الأعمال في البداية. لذا نشوف بعض دولنا العربية عندما يكون مثلا مشروع معين أو مجال معين يستثمر ونرى الكل يرى الربح، يتوجه له كل رائدي الأعمال في مرحلة معينة، التوجه بالعشرات يفقد التنافس قيمته، وبالتالي يفشل الجميع. وعندما يفشل الجميع قد لا يكون هذا دافع لأن نستثمر مرة أخرى، أو لا تكون لأن القدرة على أن نستثمر. على الدولة تكون موجه يتوجه الجميع. بالتالي الدولة له دور كبير جدا، القطاع له دور كبير جدا، ريادة الأعمال لها دور كبير جدا، لكن أن تكون مدارة وأن تكون استشعارات قادرة أن تعرف السوق ولها رؤية، وأن تجيب على الأسئلة التقليدية لمن وكيف ولماذا من المنتج.
Thank you very much, dear Mr. DJ. Mr. Minister, say I'm an investor entrepreneur wants 100K for his model or her. Business model almost with the skills, with the same return of investment. Another entrepreneurs approaching from Morocco to me. He also wants 100. Could reason put my 100K not to an entrepreneur in the but to a Moroccan startup.
A very good question. First of all, the potential that you have in terms of putting up new markets. If you invest in a Moroccan entrepreneur, you are definitely investing in a different environment that comes with its constraints, but also with its opportunities. If this Moroccan entrepreneur is a good one, if your investment can really make the entrepreneur grow, you will definitely benefit from all what Morocco provides in terms of trade agreement with a lot of 40 countries, in terms of aggressive, positive, aggressive economy, employment in Africa, in access, cultural access to different markets where Morocco is very, very, very active. So I would return and say, is the way an investor framed or defined the ROI a good one? Definitely, the total cost of ownership, the TCO, if I might apply the concept to the investment, which does not apply in general, just to give an image. Total cost of ownership of this investment, let's say, is very different, because investing in a Moroccan entrepreneur with the same ROI means that on the medium and long term, especially the medium, the investor will have an excess that he didn't monetize when he was making his first decision.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Oil-based economies are now trying to discover opportunities of economy, I think, in the region. That time is changing and economies are naturally changing. What do you think about converting public finance to smart finance in cooperation with angel investors? Because ICO to IPO, there are different sources of finance available for entrepreneurs. Stock exchange, wealth institutions, banks, crowdfunding platforms, angel investors. But entrepreneurs, I think, need to compete with global markets and to create success stories like unicorns. Unfortunately, number of unicorns from Islamic countries is not so much. But this shows the potential of the region. What do you think about it? How to include more angel investors to benefit from their know-how and mentorship and global working free of charge for the future of the economy?
The financial question, but I will try to answer. Yes, there are many of the oil countries are moving now and shifting their business to be to other business, whether UAE, whether Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and many others. And I think they have shown us come from a country that was almost like 5% of its income was based in oil. Past years, it's 50-50, but they go and they have put it in their vision, and they are achieving. And if you visit Saudi Arabia and you see that the business have totally changed. But this is just only in oil-based countries. Even not an oil-based country or Tunisia are put emphasis in supporting those businesses. The shift which I see is there's a lot of emphasis now on small and medium enterprise. All businesses are being supported. What we really need is to finance them. The awareness is not to depend on the government to finance. Other societies that must, banks should finance. The rich people or big must finance them. They sought to adopt them, nurture, be a partner. Your solution or word business angel, I think, is needed in country. It's like as a substitute will at least raise the awareness of the business angel. This is one of the most few at this stage young innovators. I think there is a, and particularly the Islamic code, as we're talking about more than 100 million young mind who really have a lot of ideas that we just help them, they will be able to compete with any others. The world is changing. It's no longer, I don't believe in third or developing, and I think within the coming years, all countries going to be living in a different world. The digitization, world of verity, and whether you are in Africa, in the jungle of Africa, you have the internet to be available. You have your computer, iPad, phone, and you can communicate with people with their hand, develop ideas and sell it anywhere. I am saying this, that those countries look to importance of innovators and entrepreneurs. Supported by a group like Business Angel from their countries, that's the way to go. But we them, they will be helped by and innovation. Instead of being based, their country will be taken to other countries that will adopt them.
Do you hear? Yeah, thank you, Mr. DJ. Dear Chairman, you know, new trend in European universities almost started to consider their own university engineer, which means they invite their graduates to establish small network to invest in entrepreneurs their own they get from. The way of also developing a relationship with graduates and also giving a food to give back to university after they successful life. Do you think about them? Do you think is also in universities of Pakistan, let's say?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You're talking about alumni. Yes, be one option, but they should not be the other. This can be one option, not only that they back and that they can get opportunity, also give back as post taking the ownership. It is working out, and even our contact partner, we have done a lot of good work in this area, and our alumni is there, good business people around the world want to come.
حبل على عمارة والآخر على عمارة من تحت، الجمهور ينظر إلى من يمشي على الحبل الذي هو على الأرض، ينظر جميع الجمهور إلى من يمشي على الحبل بين العمارتين. لماذا؟ لعنصر المغامرة على رأس المال، لكي يتميز أن يعطي لعنصر المغامرة القيمة التي تستحق. لن نتفوق إلا إذا غامرنا. رسالتي الرابعة إلى الحكومات هي أن تعطي اهتماما خاصا للشباب باعتبار الدول الموجودة الآن للأسف الموجودة بين دولنا العربية وبين الدول الواحدة رقميا. في الوقت الذي نتحدث فيه عن التنمية والابتكار ما زالت نسبة الأمية في بعض دولنا العربية تتجاوز أكثر من 50%. كبير جدا للسوق، للإنتاج، للتميز، للإبداع، للنجاح، للاستشراف. علينا أن نعطي قيمة خاصة للشباب في حكوماتنا لأنهم هم المستقبل، وهذه القيمة لا تكون إلا بإعطاء المنظومة التربوية والبحث العلمي والتنسيق والاستشراف وقيمة القيمة التي يستحقون إياها. شكرا.
Thank you very much, Mr. G. Dear guests, in the 1950s, 60s, invention was very important, but today innovation, all talk about the importance of innovation today. But if we would make this roundtable 50 years ago, we would be talking about the importance of invention, not innovation. Today, almost every inventor and customer in the market only buys what he or she needs, they really need. So, customer of today is very selective and very smart. Not only customer, so governments of today are very smart. They are supporting innovation. Why? Innovation is bringing new jobs, new wealth, social justice, also tax for governments. So, who will convert invention to innovation? Entrepreneurs. Which kind of entrepreneurs? Smart entrepreneurs. Who are smart entrepreneurs? They are the ones who are well educated. This, as a matter of fact, what all highlighted today, importance of education and also freedom of borders and also public-private partnerships to empower their environment. So, may I invite the DG ICESCO to consider establishing the World Islamic Startup Exchange Market in this building. Startups, entrepreneurs of these members deserve such kind of a platform for which will they have access to finance more easily. They will have access to infrastructure, and this will also contribute to the globalization strategy of Morocco government and turn the country to a startup exchange center region, maybe in the world. Just an idea, and WBA will be very happy to support this initiative by Mr. DG.
I think this is a outstanding idea. We'll definitely consider, but we definitely your support.
Of course.
Because we really have to learn how to do it. Experience, you have expertise. Why not?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give a big hand to this important moment. Dear distinguished guests, dear Minister, thank you very much for your global effort to create more sustainable economies and create better business environments for small businesses and entrepreneurs through education, through network. I think guests of the day found a rewarding experience by listening to this roundtable, and let's keep in touch. Let's give a big hand to all dear. Thank you. Yes.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Now is the moment for the MOU signings. Thank you very much, Excellency General, for wonderful speeches. It is really a pleasure to listen to your speeches, and also Dr. Mukhtar. We would like to have the first MOU with the higher education section of and that I would like to ask our team to please present this video for higher school.
This platform and this agreement through ICESCO, inshallah, will be working. Thank you. So this means that next all those agreements that they will be signing, they need to announce them. Combination. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the MOU signing ceremony. We had to do a little bit fast for Professor Mukhtar Ahmed because he is leaving for the airport, so he needs to catch his flight. So our next MOU, what we are going to sign with the WBF, is a World Business Angels Investment Forum. And this MOU will provide actually to organize the joint activities and also to the ICESCO member states for financial inclusion. And this MOU will also cover our entrepreneurs from the different countries, early entrepreneurs and the startups, they will have access to their global fund, to the global fund from the WBF. I would like to run the video from WBF so audience and our the entrepreneurs, competitors from the countries should know that what WBAF is. And also one of the objective of this MOU is to plan to open the country offices of the WBAF in collaboration with the ICESCO. So it is under discussion, consideration. Now I would like to give you this video. Please have this video from WBAF.
Entrepreneur, startup, SME are buzzwords of the 21st century. But today, what is really needed to be a successful entrepreneur, startup, or SME? In the past, inventions were fundamental for economic development. Nowadays, it is not invention, but innovation that counts. Today's entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs cannot compete in the markets without innovation. In order to innovate, they need a set of skills to move their ideas into the market. First of all, they need finance to scale up their business as quick as possible. And there are several ways to get it. But only one of them gives more than just money: the business angels. They contribute with their know-how, provide mentorship, and share their own networks in contributing to the businesses they invest in. More than just finance, they provide smart finance. Now, business angels are the leaders of the world's early investment markets. Since 2015, more than 300,000 angel investors from the US invested more than 25 billion euro annually. It is estimated that angel investment global size is now over aiming to ease access from startup to scale up to exit. We focus on linking the best entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs with the most qualified angel investment institutions in the world. Our main goal is to have all players working together across governments worldwide. We have a World Business Angels Investment Fund. We have the Global CEO Alliance Club. And we focus on organize exclusive investment events and annual meetings during the year. And the World Excellence future of an entrepreneurial world. The World Business Angels Investment Forum invites all the investment and policy makers to join our global efforts to ease access. World Business Angel Investment Forum, committed to empower the economic development of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic moment. The ICESCO and Angels Investment Forum sign a memorandum of understanding. This memorandum of understanding will open doors for our new startups and early stage entrepreneurs who are facing the problems in finance to invite ICESCO seat. Ladies and gentlemen, please join the hands to welcome them. words. Yeah. If you some words, some scope.
His Excellency, I think this will be a great starting moment for a global event. So I'm excited, and I hope and this agreement will be just the starting point.
Thank you very much. I think this is the beginning of more to partner.
Thank you very much, Excellencies. Today, we are really proud that we are in some understanding with the different institutions, organizations. I just want to mention here that a year before, I started another initiative. That was the initiative, the awareness about sciences applications. We were very much interested to have this awareness, what applications the space science. You look into it in a deeper way, you will see that is being controlled and everything is being used by this space international forum on the opportunities and the challenges in Muslim countries. This year, we arranged in Morocco the first model set workshop. 3 countries they joined, and international trainers came here. The director of the Burkina Faso, His Secretary was also here at this thing of this symposium. The same we are going. And we met state unity. I mean, everyone knows the position in education system. Milo Space Science, the Space Science Institute is working with NASA. We're very much interested to extend their professionalism, their experience to our member country in conjunction with ICESCO program, how we will combine this space sciences. So the space entrepreneurship, the startups in the space technology. So for that, we are really privileged and honored that we have with the executive director of Milo Space Science Institute with us, Mr. David Thomas. And I would like to ask my team that if they can play the introductory video for Milo Space Science Institute before we enter the signing.
The Space Science Institute is dedicated to making deep space missions affordable, accessible, and with a really rapid turnaround. We want to do compelling science and meet all of those objectives. The hypothesis is that we can bring together a consortium of organizations, maybe some big, maybe some small, maybe some traditional players, and pull together a critical mass of folks who want to go to the same place, do the same kinds of science or technology demonstration or engineering assessment or whatever, and pull that mission together.
We have in our sights the vast research capability in space science ICESCO has developed over the last several decades, and have established the Milo Space Science Institute in order to amplify and magnify the research capabilities of the fastest growing research university in the world, which is Arizona State University, as well as the world-renowned hardware development capabilities of Lockheed Martin. And the Milo Space Science Institute provides capabilities to allow all of our members to work together.
The Milo Space Science Institute is a really compelling opportunity to try to approach deep space exploration, science, and planetary defense in a totally new way. So we invite you to join us as partners in the Milo Institute.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me welcoming Director General ICESCO once again and Mr. Thomas from Milo Space Institute to sign the MOU. Mr. Thomas, you want to have some words about this operation, please?
It's a pleasure and an honor to be here today. I always remember your words. Everyone is created to make a difference, to evoke creativity. We desire to bring our joint interests together, pursue opportunities for everyone to be creative. We leverage space as our platform. This partnership with you, and we look forward to working together.
Very pleased, really, and honored. Arizona State University has been for the past 7 years in a row the #1 university in the United States. The Space Institute is driving that innovation. I president of the university, Dr. Crow, who really has done a great job at this university. About 5 years ago, he was the keynote speaker in one of our conferences in Saudi. And since then, I have been going to Arizona State University and looking into what Milo Space Institute has done. I think it will be the best partner if we really want to encourage, move, and help our to have a industry as of their way to the future. When we look at our we only found 17 that have invested in the space industry. Space industry now annually is $300 billion. 2040 it will reach to $2 to $3 trillion, like 10 times. Countries that have invested in space definitely will be lacking behind and waiting. So this is one of the reasons why we want to encourage our country to really put a lot of emphasis in space. Our partner, Milo Institute, from we will work with U.S. Space Foundation, International Space, and many others. So very much pleased.
Gentlemen, you have witnessed the wonderful speeches by the Director Generals, Alexo, ICESCO, and so the Honorable Minister, the Chairman of the High Commission. So we have today with us the competitors from 6 different countries, 18 competitors, 18 teams representatives are here. Actually, these teams are not only the competitors, they are the winners from Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, and Nigeria. So the first training, it has been done in their countries with 4 to 6 weeks, the coursework and an accelerator process, and then we did now these are the winners, already the winners from their country who are here today competing. And I'm really delighted to engage the competitors, the jury, and the panelists. The jury we have today with us, it is really internationally renowned university. Mia Maria with us, she is the president of the Global Chain Association in Sweden. Mr. Miguel, is the president of this SGD committee of WBF, Thomas, and some others have very director of the from Pakistan. The program is very exciting with exciting announcements, and we will have also this afternoon the empowering of women to entrepreneurship in digital era trend and challenges. We have the WBF roundtable session today, which will educate our new entrepreneurs that how to get the investment and how to be connected with the investors. And Mr. Bebas will also our new entrepreneurs with the national partner senators and then senior senators around the globe. That will have then the closing session, probably His Excellency in the closing, as mentioned in the start. We have 22,000 dollars. The prize money will be into the the winners from the 6 countries and the certificates announcement. So we are a little bit late. We will say that next the competition we will start in 10 minutes, and the 20 minutes we have the refreshment and a break to do the networking with each other, Mr. Beba and the senior senators, international partners of the WBF, and also with our own ICESCO family, so to do the work together in future. Before I give this floor to closing for the coffee break, I would like and then great events. His Excellency Secretary of your ministry is like you are the active. Whenever we have some communication, they are very responsive, and we are very much thankful for this cooperation. And I hope this cooperation will also be go on in the same spirit. I would like to ask the Excellencies to come on the stage to have one photo with our competitors. So I invite all of you here on the stage, and also the competitors in front of us to have a group, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us. Excellencies, ambassadors on the stage. Members, please. Our competitors, please join us. Our ICESCO team, our media team, everyone from the hall is welcome to come in the picture, please. Madam Yusra, please. Madam Jahanara, Miss Nushaba, please. Mira, invited all of these.
Should we go stand downstairs?
Yes, we should have. Yes. So please have a coffee, tea, whatever you refresh. We see you in 2 minutes, please.
E, un, C, un, C. I, 1, C. I, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. I, 1, C, 1, 2. I, C, C. I, 1, C, C, 1, 2. I, 1, C, 1, C, 2. I, 1. I, 1, C, 1, 2. I, 1, C, C. I, 1, 1, 2. C, check 1. I, I, 1, C. I, 1. I, 1. I, 1, C, 1, 2. 1, 1, C, check 1. I, 1, C. I, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, C, check 1. I, 1, C, 1. Et 1, 2, c'est Chiguan.
Dear guests, panelists, and the competitors, jury, I request please be seated so that we can start the competition. It's already, the time is running. We are a little bit behind the schedule. So I would like to ask you, please, take your seats. Amin. Sir, please have your seats. Ms. Dinara, please. Thank you very much being with us. And now is the moment what we are waiting for, and we will start pitching the ideas. Before we go to the pitching, we have a small, very short presentation. It's a 4 minutes presentation, 5 minutes, not more than that. It's Dr. Lela. She will present. Dr. Lela is from Space Innovation. She is thus as a partner from the startup program, and she did a lot of efforts with us. Together, actually, we are implementing this program. As we mentioned earlier this morning, that this program has been implemented in 6 countries, and in Djibouti, Sudan, Somalia, it's just been started. Next, we are going to extend this program into 15 countries, 10 African countries, and in Arab region. And in Libya. And the next year, global competition, total 2 countries will be participating. This year is the 6 countries. Even the winners from the today's competition or the pitching will be invited to another country. We have first, or in our mind at this moment, one is Libya and another is Azerbaijan, the Baku. So once it will be decided, we will let you know. But next year, in the mid of 2023, you will all be formed. I would like to invite Ms. Lela to give this short presentation. So letting our audience and our jury that what we've been doing and how it was started. Dr. Lela, floor is yours, please.
Dear gentlemen, dear guests, and valuable judge members, and also lovely finalists, thank you very much for coming for this event. My name is Leila, and I thank Dr. Sharif for his great introduction for the program. So it was an honor to work with the ICESCO already for 2 years. And it has been already a year and a half. We are launched a hub program with a mission to ignite and invest in 150 startups in ICESCO member countries by the end of 2025. By projecting ICESCO as a leading innovation and regional hub, we are bringing together people of all nations, of all faiths and colors, in order to solve the world's most pressing and challenging problems by the creative and technological solutions. Nowadays, a hub is emerging as a course center, merging Eastern Al-Kaaba, you may know it's a cube in English, a sacred center of all faiths, with a hub, the center of innovative activities. It's not surprising that initiative was launched in Azerbaijan, fusing the crossroad of all cultures and civilizations, and spread to Kazakhstan last year. Today, program supported by ICESCO and running in 6 countries, including Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, Nigeria, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan. Program was designed as an accelerator in local countries, 6-week accelerations and boot camps, which are coordinated to the national finals, where 3 finalists were chosen from each country to travel to the grand final at ICESCO headquarters in Rabat. Today, the program supported by ICESCO and running in 6 countries today. And it's aligned with ICESCO's mission to consolidate nations for science, education, and culture. This year, we have 500 applications from 6 countries, and the program has been culminated into the grand final. Local and international teams has sent very diverse and very interesting business ideas. Application verticals were split across 12 industries with a hitting number of applications in EdTech, AI, e-commerce, travel tech. Moreover, with a competitive business ideas in blockchain and Web3. So a little bit about demographics. 83 teams graduated from the program this year, and 25 of those were women-led businesses, which makes only 30% of all participants and grades at the program. But we would like to note that Kyrgyzstan and Azerbaijan are leading with a list of highest proportion of women founders among countries. It is 47 and 53% accordingly in 2 countries. So during final, 40% of women among participants. It's quite competitive ladies at the grand final as well. And at the end of the money, 22,000 of prize fund was allocated for the winning teams, with 10,000 for the first place and 7,000 for the second and third place accordingly. So, finishing my speech, I would like to appreciate all national leads who supported us and facilitated local programs in the countries. Thank you very much. Dinara from Kazakhstan, Ilya from Uzbekistan, also Maha from Pakistan. You also will meet Jahan Ara, who is the head of Catalyst Labs and who helped us to facilitate program in Pakistan as well. And unfortunately, we have Stephanie from Nigeria because of visa problems here, but my separate thanks go to all crew in Nigeria. wish good luck all participants, to the finalists today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lela, for your kind words. So, ladies and gentlemen, without going to delay more, I would like to call upon the jury to take their form of procedure for the competition. For that, I would like to invite Dr. David E. Thomas, Executive Director, Michael Space Institute, who will be the chair of the jury today. Sir, please have your seat. And our second, the jury member is Mr. Miguel, the President of Sustainable Development Goals, the Science, Technology, Innovation Committee, World Business Investment Forum. Sir, please have your seat. Ms. Chavez, the Director, Research for Innovation, Higher Education Commission, Pakistan. We have two distinguished jury members from Morocco, Mr. Abdullah Burhan, advisor to His Excellency, the Commissioner of Small Business Environment and Skills, Morocco. So please, you have this also jury members. And then we have also jury member Dr. Iman Belmanti, Services for Entrepreneurs and SMEs, and APEC, Morocco. We are very much pleased to have you all with us today. So I'll give the floor to Honorable Dr. David E. Thomas to give the rules and also proceed with the competition. Sir, floor is yours.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. And we are here to support innovation, creativity, and this, as we have heard from the distinguished speakers today. So the panelists have all received guidance. We are grateful for a platform, and so we'll be judging presentations based on a scoring system that has been predetermined. So all of the numbers and the comments will be recorded for reporting after. We've also asked the panelists to consider some way, something we can do to encourage teams, some connection that we can provide to the team, perhaps some market advice, perhaps some word of wisdom, because we want all of the teams to be successful. We wish for all of the teams to the greatest degree. So with that, we're very pleased to begin the program, and we shall do the floor, the team. What are the team names? Ms. Maria Manco, if you could join us as well as yours. And so with that, we would like to call the first team, which is trading. This will be presented by Ms. Shaliya Abelova from Azerbaijan. Please take the stage.
Good afternoon, dear all. Probably most of you like exploring new adventures while traveling new countries. Traveling alone is okay. Sometimes it's quite difficult, and finding like-minded people nowadays is almost impossible. So, every team bring like-minded people together and tries to realize their dreams. According to the statistics, almost 80% of will satisfy traveling their travels. Also, to more than 60% of them find it difficult to find budget-friendly tours and organizations. And almost 90% of them face contradictions while traveling with their families and friends. Okay, thank you. Almost 9% face contradictions with their families and friends. So we as a team have a platform which contains 3 main solutions with finding, doing online reservation, and also so all you just enter yourself and your trip plans. And our business model includes premium, which we get from users, and also 20% commission, companies, agencies that we are advertising. And the travel